All right, for more with that and more is former Dallas Fed President Richard Fisher, also CNBC contributor, a man who is chuckling because my guess is, Richard, and I have no idea what you're going to say. You may surprise us, but my guess is your reaction to the possibility of Jerome Fisher stepping down or Jerome Powell stepping down is somewhere between 0% chance and when hell freezes over.
You know what I'm going to say.
Yeah, well, I know you.
Look, he is convinced, it appears, that he is in the right. And the worst thing to do would be to step down and sacrifice the independence of the Fed. He's got support from every central bank governor that counts in the world at large, of Jamie Dimon, of the head of other banks, of Republican senators on the committee that are much higher ranking than Senator Kramer. And it may be an elegant solution from the standpoint of the presidency. It is not an elegant solution from the standpoint of the Federal Reserve. Even French Hill, who's a very thoughtful congressperson and a powerful congressperson and a Republican, he has said that he would like to see the end to this thing. It's a waste of time. And I think the president has other things to do than to worry about Jay Powell.
Let me ask you this, though, and I'm not going to take the other side, but I'll play sort of foil, which is Jerome Powell came out on Sunday night, extraordinarily rare video message, kind of broke the news in a way to the market. We know there had been some requests for information months ago from Jeanine Pirro. She had to kind of come out and say, well, I asked for information. They never got back to me, so I never wanted to do this. Do you think it was right for Jerome Powell to do the video message to kind of, in some weird way, kind of break the news to the country?
Yeah, I think he'd had enough. He's been taunted forever, for years now, by the president, at least since he got reelected. And Ms. Pirro is pretty much a puppet of the president, so I don't view her as an independent thinker. By the way, Senator Kramer, who you referred to, broke it on another place. He broke it Larry Kudlow's show at Fox News. We know what their bias is. She was a Fox News commentator. We know what her bias is. So I don't take it that seriously. Again, I'm sure that Powell and his personal lawyers, because he's being sued personally or indicted personally, possibly, they've thought this through. And they're awfully good, by the way. He got Conley and that firm, and they've been very successful in turning back a lot what the president wants.
There are four men reported as finalists: Kevin Warsh, Kevin Hassett, Christopher Waller, and Rick Reeder of BlackRock.
Right.
We know that Kevin Hassett currently works for the White House, so we'll kind of put him to the side. If you're one of the other three, does learning this information, Richard, does it change the way you think about maybe accepting the job, even if you're the final choice? Because now you're worried, if I don't do exactly what the president or the White House wants, am I now at risk? Does it alter your thinking about taking the job?
Alter my thinking, but I don't think it alters that of the three other candidates. They're all capable people. They realize they have to carry 18 other people at the table. They also realize the New York Fed is the vice chairman of the FOMC, not the vice chairman of the system. And that voice is very important, and he's made his view very clear, that is the head of the New York Fed, that he feels that the Fed shouldn't be diddled with. And they're just going to have to win an argument. Right now, it appears that Steve Myron is unable to carry the table by doing what the president wants. So I don't expect, by the way, there to be a rate cut at this next meeting. There's an interesting thing in the CPI data. Motor vehicle insurance was omitted, and we know that's been under a lot of pressure. Why was it in the data? I don't know. It may have added another tenth or so. Peter Vuckvar has been very good about that. You should have him on the show to talk about it. But I don't see any need for them to move. And if they don't, of course, the president will get on his high horse again and criticize Jay Powell and criticize the committee. But remember, those three, plus Hassett, are going to have to carry a committee. And they're 19 people. They're just one, even if they're chair. They're not a dictator. And I think that is what they're going to have to deal with. They're all capable people, in my view.